Hello students, today we are going to start on chapter 4, that is heat. Heat is a form of energy which flows from one object to another object due to their temperature difference. Or we can say that heat always transfer from a body of higher temperature to body of lower temperature. But exactly how this heat get transferred from one object to another? Let's take some examples. Have you ever seen your mother cooking? She puts a pan on gas burner which contain vegetables. After some time the food gets prepared. How it prepared? Obviously with heat. So here the heat transfer takes place from gas burner to pan. Similarly, when you have a candle and if you try to keep your hand just over the candle, what you feel? You feel warm. So the heat get transferred from candle to your hand. Again, when you wash clothes, how do you dry them? Because washed clothes contain a lot of water. We keep the clothes in sun. So here the heat transfer takes place from sun to clothes. So in all these examples we see that heat is being transferred from source to object. So now we study about the different modes of transfer of heat. Heat is transferred in three different ways. They are conduction, convection and radiation. Let's start with conduction. Conduction is the process by which heat is transferred in solids from the hotter end to the colder end. Means conduction happens only in case of solids, but the two objects should be at different temperature. Let's understand this with the help of an activity. See the diagram. Here we took one metallic rod and fix a few wax pieces at equal distances. Right? Now heat the open end of the metallic rod with a candle. What will happen? The wax pieces begin to melt and fall down from the heated end. It means the heat is transferred from the hotter end to the colder end by conduction. But how this conduction actually takes place in solid? I'll explain you. In solids, we know the molecules are very closely packed. They are in direct contact with each other. They have a strong force of attraction. So when the molecule at this end where candle is kept, molecule at this end gets heated, it acquires energy and it starts vibrating at its position. So when it's vibrating, it gives its energy to the second molecule because it continuously collide with other molecule. So it gives its energy to other molecule. The other molecule also starts vibrating. The second molecule gives its energy to third one gives to fourth one, and this process continues till the last end of the rod gets heated. So this is the process of conduction, right? In conduction, no actual movement of the molecules, no actual movement of the particle takes place. Only they are just hand over their energy to other one. It's a similar when you hand over your book in your classroom to other student, right? Now, there are some conditions in conduction. The conduction takes place only when the two objects are at different temperature and the object should be in direct contact with each other. Here one more example is there. See the diagram. Here one pan is there which contains boiled soup and one spoon is dipped in it. See, the one end of the spoon is in direct contact with the soup. So when you touch the other end of the spoon, you feel hot. It means conduction is taking place here, right? Now there are some materials which allow heat to pass through them. That material are called conductors, like iron, aluminium, copper, most of the metals, etc. Some materials which do not allow heat to pass through them are called insulators, like wood, plastic, glass, rubber, etc. As conduction takes place only in solids, then what about liquid and gases? In liquid and gases, heat is transferred by another method, that is convection. Both liquids and gases are called fluids. So the convection is the transfer of heat through a liquid or gas, right? But in the process of convection, actual movement of the particles takes place. So let's understand this concept with the help of an activity. See the diagram. So we take water in a round bottom flask, or you can take a beaker also, right? In beaker is filled with water, and put a crystal of potassium permanganate in the beaker. So the bottom of the water which is at the bottom of the flask get heated first. When this water is heated, it expands and become lighter, and lighter things moves up. So this water rises up, and the colder water which is present at the top of the container moves down, right? So this process continues till all the water gets heated. This shows that heat is transferred by convection. Let's take another example. This is an electric kettle. It is filled with the hot water, right? The molecules of the liquid and gas that are near the source of heat, means here the water molecules are present. So the molecules which are present near the source of heat, they heated first, and they become lighter due to the heat and move upward. See the diagram. The warm molecules are moving, and the heavier part, the colder particles which are heavier, they take the place. This process continues until the whole liquid gets heated up, right? This is the process of convection. In this process, the actual movement of the molecules takes place. The molecules are moving actually, but in the process of conduction, there is no movement of the molecules. They just transfer their energy to one another, right? So the third mode of transfer of heat is radiation. Radiation is the process by which heat is transferred from one place to another without the help of any medium. It means heat does not require any medium for traveling. It can travel through space or vacuum. Vacuum means there is nothing present, no air, no material, nothing. That is called vacuum. For example, the heat from the sun reaches us directly without any heating of the air, right? So radiation is the rapid transfer of heat from a hot object without needing a medium. Okay, all hot bodies radiate heat. So let's see this diagram. Here the person is sitting near the fire. Okay, so he feels hot. This is due to the radiation, right? Now let's recapitulate all the three mode of heat transfer. So see the diagram. First one, here the person is having a rod, and the conduction process is going on here. Conduction means the transfer of heat from one end to other end without the actual movement of the particles, right? See the convection means fire is there, and as the lighter particle moves up, when heated up, they moves up and the person feels hot. This is convection. And last one is the radiation. Students, I hope you understand everything. Thanks and stay safe.